Go! Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Governor Ortom calls for release of Nnamdi Kanu. Governor Ortom calls for release of Nnamdi Kanu. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom has called for the immediate release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, for the peace process in the country to be taken seriously. Governor Ortom made the call when a group under the aegis of America veterans of Igbo origin paid him a courtesy visit in Washington, D.C., USA on July 13, 2022. He stated that Nnamdi Kanu's issue is a socio-political challenge that must be dealt with politically. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant on Diasporal Affairs, Reverend Peter Ichul from Washington, D.C., says the governor argued that even members of Boko Haram, who pose a greater threat to the country's unity, have often been freed, resettled, and some integrated into the armed forces. Governor Ortom maintained that the southeast of Nigeria must be given a sense of belonging to erase the impression of persecution of a section of the country. He tasked Igbo veterans in the United States of America to believe in one Nigeria, pointing out that no country on earth is without its challenges. The Benue State governor told the group that power shift to the southeast is possible if the people of the region put their differences aside to pursue the objective in unity. Ortom said his call for freedom of worship was not only to protect the right of Christians, but also all Nigerians will be free to practice their faith without intimidation or molestation in any part of the country. He thanked the group for appreciating his modest contributions to national discourses, but challenged southeastern Nigerians living abroad that charity begins at home, saying there is nowhere better than home, but only peace and security can guarantee the success of your investment back home. The governor then called on the veterans to support the peace effort in the southeast region so that both their communities and investment will experience sustainable growth and prosperity. President of the group, Dr. Sylvester Onyia, who led the delegation, was full of praises of Ortom's fearless position on Nigerians' ills, insisting that only such a stand from leaders could build bridges of understanding and give hope to despairing Nigerians abroad that one Nigeria is possible. The group, however, expressed fears for the upcoming general election, owing to the spate of insecurity in the country, and called on Governor Ortom not to relent on pursuing the best security options. They assured the governor of its support in amplifying his voice in peace building to their representatives in the American Congress. He went on, "You are not alone. We are with you. Continue speaking the truth. The truth is the manifestation of God," he said. Other members on the entourage included his vice, Dr. Prince Chonduka, Dr. Offor, the group's PRO and Nigerian's former ambassador to South Africa, Dr. Mrs. Ajulu. Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom has called for the immediate release for the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, for the peace process in the country to be taken seriously. Governor Ortom made the call when a group under the aegis of American veterans of Igbo origin paid him a courtesy visit in Washington, D.C., USA on July 13, 2022. He stated that Nnamdi Kanu's issue is a socio-political challenge that must be dealt with politically. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant on Diasporal Affairs, Reverend Peter Ichul from Washington, D.C., says the governor argued that even members of Boko Haram, who pose a greater threat to the country's unity, have often been freed, resettled, and some integrated into the armed forces. Governor Ortom maintained that the southeast of Nigeria must be given a sense of belonging to erase the impression of persecution of a section of the country. So my dear listeners, now have come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.